four-wheel drive low, just because I can't make, because it doesn't go very good. It's very slow in four-wheel drive low. Jason and I have had a surf delivered. You will not believe what we are going to show you when we open the bonnet. I didn't believe what I saw, but the coils are mixed up. They're around the wrong way. So this is driving very nicely into the workshop. As you can hear, it's running on about 2.5 cylinders. And okay, we're actually, are we going to make it? Oh, yes we are. Woo-hoo! Woohoo! Woo, I made it. This is foot to the floor. Over there, Crown 151 ECU. Whee! Shit, that's a long way down. Open it up. Shall I turn it off? Yeah, that's really rocking fantastic. One UZ power. I got a drum of oil. Awesome. And check this shit out. This coil is normally mounted down there, and it normally goes to this distributor. And it goes in the look, here it is here, into that one. And this one, that one, is the coil lead going into that one. What have they done? It's not a USD loom, eh? Because it's got all the right plugs for a Crown ECU inside. Do you know whether that was like that when he bought the truck? Has he put it back to the way the truck was when he purchased the truck 7Ks of driving before it got to us? He's supposed to put a fuel pump in it, eh?
He's done fuel pump, he's done leads, rotors, caps.
The other thing I'm wondering is if the injectors are completely full of crap. But then I didn't know about the leads thing.
Yeah, well, he was just kind of wondering if timing or injectors.
Yeah, I'm down with those two things. I think he might actually, generally, you know, if he's worked on it and he's got some sort of idea, those are two very big possibilities. So we'll check some cam timing and we'll check some rotors and we'll see what the cam out looks like. Actually, what about we put an ignition timey light thing on it? You know, the old, you know, with a flashy flash. See where the ignition timing actually is before we pull it apart. Would that be a thought?
Sure.
But which one do we time it on? So do we do it on? Well, he's number 6. We're number 1 and number 6 fire at the same time, so we're good there. I have a timing light here somewhere. Where would we expect it to be? At about 20 odd degrees. It's a little bit past where it should be. And sort of just see it off the end of the timing marks. If you can give me a split pin or a piece of wire, we'll bridge TE1 and E1. 7, 27. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 78. 27, 29 are sub-oxygen sensors. 78 fuel pump circuit. All in the wiring. Oh, sub-oxygen sensors don't matter. So we've got T and E1, TE1 and E1 bridged. Timing light, it doesn't change the timing down there like it should. It's also not wired right, because there's no main relay circuit. Somebody paid somebody to do that. And there is the main EFI relay. Why? So that's not connected. What a stuff up. Let it. And so what happens when we get into these situations and we go to fix something like this is, if we disturb any bad connection, we spend a lot of time fault finding. It's nothing to do with us. It's the fact that the guy before us did a piss poor job. And that's why making it neat and tidy makes it much easier for diagnosis. And this is why the average auto sparky anywhere in the world can't fix this sort of stuff, because idiots do this sort of thing. Woohoo!
He's on YouTube.
Right, so Jason's over there undoing igniters. We've got the ECU in there. But let's explain how this works.
Ooh, got it.
I thought gravity was going to take our multimeter for a moment. This coil here, which is now up there, is normally number 1. So this is normally number 1 coil. It feeds into this distributor because this is the number 1 bank. Bank 1, because it's got number 1 cylinder there. 1, 3, 5, 7. That side is bank number 2 with 2, 4, 6, 8. So this coil is normally number 2. In the case of this vehicle, as you can see, they're reversed around. So this one just fired off this side's going to that side, and this one's going to that side, and I don't know how they manage to get leads long enough and do that. So what we're going to start with is we're going to continuity test between those and work out which one of these plugs is number 1 and which is number 2. Now number 1 should be the one with 5 pins in it.
I'm going to go with this one. Okay,
that should be number 1, and it should be fired by number 1 in here. And would it be possible that they've swapped, done something weird with cam sensors? There's definitely something weird with cam sensors, because normally this plug is up under here. I've tucked it out of the way, but I don't think they've crossed them over, because this is the short one. So I don't think it's a cam sensor issue. Right, multimeter. Go to the coil output. So that's a white with a colour at one end of it.
You just go white.
You just white? Just go with white. So that is definitely wrong. So number 1 is definitely tapped into number 2 coil. Okay, go to the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the red wire.
Yes, let's go with the red wire. And it should be in the coils, the one by the clip is the positive, the other one it should be the negative. Are you in the right hole? Are you going in there?
I'm in the red one. Yep.
This is it. Let's have a look again. So it should be the one on this end. which should be the red one, which should be here. Right, and this one, it's not working, Jace. Non-continuities.
Wow. What colour you got there?
It's been bridged in, so this is, I've got a yellow with a purple and a green with a yellow.
Oh.
But remember, it's been extended. Extended it. You with me?
It's changing.
There's a chance that this coil's not working. Okay, let's...
Just want to just you know.
Oh, what are you doing? No, no, Jason, no. So if I go into this one here,
Yeah.
hold that. It's like, so I'm in this one here.
Yep.
Probe your one. Well, how did you just get continuity beeping through to me?
Put it back into your one.
Oh, yes, okay.
Now watch this. Are you watching? Watching?
Yes.
Watching? Now, put your lead into the other one. No, into this side.
Okay. Wait. We've got a power feed here. So if I'm going to remove one of these, so we're not getting a back feed through whatever it's going through. Okay. So now the coil is not in the circuit. Try again. Yes, there's emery paper.
Oh, don't you be what's the matter? Your video going quick.
This isn't funny.
Fuck it is. Just on the shelf, like just in behind the door. On the shelf.
Those results were unexpected. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put this here because I can't hold it and think and do all this. We're good? Hello? Okay, so go into that output to the coil.
This one. You go into number one. This is number one. 5 wires.
5 wires.
Number one.
And I'm going into number 2 coil, which is now cross to cross. So come on, go on the right wire.
On the right wire.
It doesn't work anymore.
Hang on. Why don't we go this one? This? No, okay.
Touch leads. That still works. Go into that number 1. And it was going into the wrong, it was working on the wrong one anyway. Nah. No. There it is there.
Okay.
So that's the one with 5 pins?
Correct.
And it's firing up to this one, but it's also backwards because that's the positive side of it. You're in number 2 now.
I am now, yep. So that's right then.
So number 1 and number 2 there are actually correct. We were just backfeeding through here because we're feeding through that coil because that coil was still plugged in.
Yep.
These coils are backwards. So go again. Go on. Which one are you in?
I mean, this should be on the side, yep.
Oh, so this is the correct one. So that number 2 here. So it's on the clip, the little clip on the side.
Positive.
is the positive. So that one's the correct way around, and that's got the 4 wires.
There's 4 wires, yep.
Okay, and this one over here is number 1, but it's on the negative, but those are pushed in, there's no plug.
Yep.
So that's actually correct, which is where we're getting the back feed, so that's okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go to number 1, and I'm going to go to igniter number 1 inside. We'll get a length of wire. And I'm going inside. And we'll put it in there, and we'll go inside and we'll check it inside at the ECU. There's your wire. Holding it. That's got it. Whee! No.
Do I number 1?
Yeah, you're going number 1? So I've got my igniter wires marked out here. I think that's B24 is igniter number 1. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. I'm going to take my piece of paper here. A24, which is the third one along, 1, 2, 3, which should be this one here. Hey Jace?
Yeah?
Are you in number 1? I'm in the wrong hole. It's okay, let me choose the right plug. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry guys, is that a bit noisy for you or am I right?
Yeah, you do your thing, I'll do our thing. We're okay. Oh, Jace, now actually, are you in the trigger?
Oh, yeah, I'm the same wire I was before, yeah?
Yeah, it won't work. Okay, so on these igniters, and my eyes are getting old, eh? We've got coil, we've got external, which is the tacho, we've got B for battery, we've got T for trigger, and then F for feedback. So we want to go into pin 2. You're in number 1?
Yep.
Hey, it's not beeping in here, Jason. Wee-hee. Yeah. You're in igniter number 1?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm in IGT 2. But you're on igniter 1. So they've been reversed at the ECU. Go to igniter number 2.
Same pin?
Yes, please, pin 2. Same deal, man. For some reason, it's got the igniter pins have been reversed at the ECU. Really weird because this is a crown loom. So crown, we've got 2 pin here. We've got the crown insides. It's not an LS400. It had a hydraulic fan on it. It's all crown. LS400s had immobiliser and non-immobiliser. And they reversed those 2 pins. So it would have made sense if it was an LS400 loom and it had them reversed. However, maybe at some point this has had a immobiliser pin out, because there are some non-immobilisers with the immobiliser pin out on the igniters, and it's had one of those ECUs plugged in, so they've swapped the pins and then they've gone back to the correct ECU and it's been swapped back.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, we swap the pins around.
Yep, it's still probably not going to run properly because it's got other issues, but at least if we do that, we can then put the coils around the right way, and that gets that back to normal. So I'll swap pins, and then we have to sort these leads out. But while we're at it, let's get these covers off.
I was working on that.
Yep. Right guys, if we have a look at how long this has taken us to diagnose to this point, there's the two of us, and that timer on there, right there, says 16.5 minutes. And I didn't turn it off at any point. I will edit some of it out, but I haven't actually turned it off. So 32, 33 minutes for the both of us to find this problem, to identify it. Now we've got to fix it. Okay. We're going to do a swappy around of the leads. We're probably going to put the coil back in its factory spot at some point and do some sorting on the wiring. But what we'll do is we'll get it around the leads the right way, swap the pinouts on the ECU, fire it up, check it goes. I also want to diagnose, I want to check fuel flow, because it's had fueling issues.
It's had a new pump and stuff in it.
Correct. Good reason to check fuel flow. It's had a new pump in it. Because to me it feels like not enough fueling going in. Checking the pump is a good place to start. And then we know that the pump's been put in properly. Zip, zip.
Oh, I know, I was done doing something else and this like this.
Paint pen on it, eh? I'd really good. Fill it up there like that. So that's good. I can't do this one because it's further around. Funny enough. Okay. So I'm moving here with the pulley. You got some light down here so I can see the. So you're now lined up. Are you just about lined up?
I can see now. Yeah,
I've got 10. I've got 10 more degrees to go. Whee! That's actually about right. That's good. It's good. It's good. And this one, it's also good.
Okay, cam timing is.
Cam timing is good. Now, so I've lined it up on TDC down here. It's a bit hard to see, but it is on TDC. And then this one is correct. And this one is correct. So the cam timing is correct. I'm going to sort this. We just have to change the leads correctly. Yeah.
Oh, I think the leads from the truck.
There's leads in the truck to make it work again.
I think so. I'm not going to passenger seat.
Where did this extra long lead come from?
Oh, you had it made.
Had it made? No, that 2022.
Oh, it's in,
So this is that side. This is the one for that side,
yeah, there's this one.
and this is the one for this side.
And the clip.
And you've got the clips, and then this one is being made. Well, that's a reused or something.
Yeah.
And look, that fits perfect, and one of those clips will work. And I think, oh, you can just unbolt that. Let's get it down the side. Maybe cut it off, put another coil on it, another plug on it, and we'll just bolt it in the right place on that long extension at the moment.
What's it bolted to?
The PCV cover here, just a 12 mil.
Modified.
Bucket of coils over there, under your desk. Whole bucket of coils. Swap rack coils over. Have you got coil plugs here?
Have I got coil plugs here?
Yeah.
Fuck, how do you want?
I only need the one. I only do need that one, Jess. We don't need 20 million of them. You got like bags of them? Awesome. Okay. It's got it had an early plug on it, so it's going to need terminals. Good plan. Paperwork's here. I'll get that out of the way. I have plugged the ECU in. ECU is wired incorrectly. I'll do the throttle. Oh, you got throttle control? Good.
So it's running again with the coils the correct way around after I had adjusted the igniter trigger wise. And as you can hear it isn't running correctly, not correctly at all. I've got some engine start and I'm checking to see if there's any wear leaks around the intake manifold, around the top of the pin and around the throttle body. Plan B is I just put it straight into the air intake and you can hear the engine change its pitch and run a lot freer, rev a lot freer. Meaning that the engine's lean and something causing it not to have enough fuel going in.
It definitely likes a bit more fuel. Let's find a return line. So I was talking to a guy today about fuel, checking fuel flow, and he goes, I don't have the tools to check the fuel flow. I'm like, you don't have a jug. No, a jug and a timer, that's a return line there. Put this, push the hose into the jug. Wait, I need it. Have you got a timer? Get your phone out. Give us 30 seconds.
So I've got the return line off because most of the fuel at low speed is going through the return line, so it's a good way to measure. It also checks pressure as well.
All I have to do is hold it. Hey, the fuel's going anyway. Don't worry. You don't need to start it, Jace. Fuel pump's wired permanently. So whoever wired it couldn't even get the fuel pump to run correctly.
So as we can see, the stream looks pretty good. It's definitely not like an old man with a prostate problem, so you can generally see with this sort of stream that the fuel flow is going to be okay.
Is that 30 seconds yet? So the ECU isn't controlling the fuel pump.
I think it's enough fuel flow.
It's like 1.5 litres?
Yeah. It's pretty enough fuel flow.
1.2, 1.3. That's plenty of fuel flow in 30 seconds, isn't it? Okay, it's not a fuel supply issue.
Yeah.
Let's see if anything falls out the bottom of it, eh? Because it's wired wrong, I'm not going to get live data. Should I wire a diagnostic plug into it, and it doesn't reset the IAC because it's wired wrong, and the fuel pump's wrong. It goes all the time, so that's also wrong. Neat fun, eh? Very helpful. It does actually run. It sounded nice when I put an engine start up today.
Yeah, it sounded clear, yeah.
Which really points towards like an injector type issue or an airflow meter type issue, but I can't check live data. I could manual into the airflow meter. It didn't. It's actually recording codes, but I'm quite certain all the codes will fall off every time you turn the key off. It won't store anything. Do we pull it apart and have a look at the injectors?
Well, we did a simple thing and put that air flameter that's up there in there.
Sure, grab that air flameter. Let's do that.
This is a simple thing first.
I'll put the fuel line back on, eh?
Yeah.
Because that would solve all of our problems.
Ready. Mind you, is the air flameter wired correctly?
Yeah. Well, it must have some voltage to it because it actually is working. Just let me get my engine started again. Make him go. Just, why don't you lift one fuel rail out this side, the easy one. And we'll see if there's crud on the top of those injectors while I'm doing some wiring. Sure. Why does the petrol look rusty?
Because I don't have a smartest answer.
Because it's rusty. Not unusual though, is it? When you have rust in the fuel tank and then a rotten fuel filter. It's coming out rusty. Kind of know that there's a problem, eh? Get the rest out. What's an old yellow at the moment? We can't even rate old yellow because it's got China on it. China manifold.
It's got injectors out of there.
So, you know what we see, eh? We've got 3 wires going into this plug. All these wires are just taped up. It's wrong. It's not how they're meant to be done. And here is the fuel pump wiring in here. This one and this one is fuel pump. Who knows where they go. We have a relay of some sort here. I don't know what that's for. There's crimp connectors and a whole lot of crap up in here. And you know, like, if I get any of these wrong, it's going to give me grief. And that's why guys don't like working on these sorts of vehicles, because they then get blamed if one of these wires comes loose or one of these bad connections, if you touch it. And it's not the mechanic's fault, guys. You can't expect a mechanic to work with shit like this, okay? That's actually really unfair. Look at this crap. Righto. Can't smell fuel? Test light. We'll swap positions, eh? So I've fitted a main relay, just very quickly, main EFI relay. Jason fitted injectors. And just wait a moment. Key on. What do you mean the key's on? Well, the problem is my test light isn't working. Now it's working. Apparently that throttle body's quite well insulated with that insulator in it. Yeah, start it and then turn it off. it resets now. We might actually have some idle control. Though the stepper mode is probably going to be seized because it hasn't been working forever. It sounds like it revs now. Yeah, that bit's working. Yeah, tacho's going to be 618. So we'll basically just put it in the knob. Is it going to idle? Well done.
Auto speed control resets.
Yeah, let's see if the auto speed control resets. I heard it. Yeah, mate. Alarms are fantastic, aren't they?
Not all.
That one should be good. Nothing? Oh, man. Oh, there it is. I think it's possibly because that starter mode is sitting in mud. That step is seized, eh? I don't like how every now and then it wants to...
I think the key might be the...
Oh, yep.
Like
Oh, actually in the ignition switch?
I know, it just seemed to go to wiggle it.
Let's call it a day. Yep, well done. It revs, my ears hurt. Hey, big move forward. It starts, it does run, it idles like crap. Stepper wasn't resetting, so it was never going to idle properly beforehand. That's working now. The stepper bearings will be locked up. They'll be sticky. Fuel injectors were clogged with crap, and the igniter triggers were wrong on the ECU, and the leads were around the right way as a result of the course. Fix all that, we actually have an engine that starts and runs, but a bit more work to do. And maybe a starter motor too. Yeah. Or a key. And just remember guys, it's a V6 tacho, so they haven't reset that and got that correct, but it is still idling incredibly low. Do we remember when I drove it in? It would hardly move. No problem now. Engaging high box. Not a problem. Yeah, baby. Gravel. More gravel. Gearbox is a bit sloppy. God. Yeah. There's a full drive. Little caps. That's much better. So this has got a heap more work to do. what do we got? That intake kind of crappy. The starter needs sorting, because under the intake there's like its own little ecosystem happening under there. Something's possibly going to be nesting in there. The ignition key, the ignition switch on the actual vehicle's stuffed. The wiring needs sorting. I manually tested the oxygen sensors, they're stuffed. Really could do with a diagnostic plug wide. Woo! And that, did I say the idle speed could do with a service? I did notice the ECU's been rebuilt by saw a surgeon. He generally does a pretty good job. So the ECU seems to be working good, and it does need to be made legal. But I'll give the owner a call. It actually starts and it drives nicely. I might give it a motorway drive as well, test drive as well. But it seems to be doing what it should. That's a pretty successful day's work. It was really quick to diagnose why whoever had done whatever they'd done, well, whatever had happened, that was pretty easy to diagnose. But then, of course, Jace has changed those injectors. I've done some wiring changes and a bit more checking and testing and listing up the other bits and pieces that need to be done. But hey, all in all, really successful day. Where's my four-wheel drive light? There isn't one. That's why I was slipping and sliding. Oh well. No, I can hear clicking. It's like a four-wheel drive that doesn't have four-wheel drive. Hey, put the windows up. We don't want the mud on the inside of the truck.